Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to Words for Life. Today is number 67, and I quote, "Those who think the world is full of evil people are actually the greatest evil themselves." Words for Life number 67. Those who think the world is full of evil people are actually the greatest evil themselves. Thank you, Master Okawa, Lord God. All right, today it's such a sunny, beautiful day here in New York, so I decided to record this outside. And on such a bright, beautiful day, it's hard to think in this kind of way. But sometimes we fall under the trap of starting to think that everyone around us is bad. But if you start thinking that, there's actually evil within you that's making you look the world and other people as if there's only evil people. So I think that is the precept. I know this sentence may sound harsh if you see it only by itself, but that's the whole point of this kyoten, right? Master Okawa has given us as kind of like a paternal love. It's a precept to help us kick us out of our negative state of mind. And sometimes this is kind of like similar in Zen Buddhism. It states a very harsh statement or teaching to help us get back on track. So that's the whole purpose. And yes, this one is harsh. If you think the world is full of evil people, you're actually the greatest evil. It sounds harsh. It sounds harsh, but it's certainly true. Depending on what sort of emotions or mindsets we have, we look at the same thing differently. Kind of like, I guess if I were to use an example of a painting, if you go to a museum with your friends or your family and you look at a drawing, each person has a different perspective towards that picture, right? So even if it's the same object, even if it's the same scenario, even if it's the same situation, even if it's towards the same person, people view them very differently. An example is, you can see this a lot in lawsuits. Sometimes people commit a crime and there's defendants and there are people who are pursuing it. And on both sides, there's the family of the victim and the family of the culprit. And then the family of the culprit will try to protect, if it's a light sort of crime, they have a different view towards the person who committed the crime. Even if it's the same person, even if it's the same evil deed, people look at it differently. So what I'm trying to say, or what I'm trying to get to is, depending on how you see things, they appear differently, even if it's the same person. And if you only start being able to see the negative side of that specific person, it means that maybe they are wrong and they are to be blamed, but also at the same time, there is something in you that's triggering that only the negative part of them and not the positive side of them. And you're only focusing on the shortcoming and you're picking on their negativities or weaknesses. So, which means you're actually not in a state of happiness. If you're in a state of happiness and if you become more enlightened, no matter who the person is, as Confucius said, hate the deeds but not the person. You'll be able to see the Buddha nature in all people. At least that's what Master has taught us in the teachings. Of course, it's hard to put it into practice. That's why life here on earth is a training ground. It's a school. And that's why we're using these teachings to help us guide our way through to a positive direction. But yeah, again, going back to today's sentence, it is purposefully, I feel, said it in a very harsh way to help people awaken. Because if you think that other people are evil, if you're always thinking other people are evil, it means that you've started to forget, you're neglecting on checking yourself and to practice your own self-reflection. And it's kind of a blame game. You've entered the area in the mind where you just think other people are bad and you're not wrong, which never leads to happiness. So I think that's the reason why Master said it in such a strict manner, with so much actually love, so that we can get out of that negative state. So that's my thought. What did you think? Please contemplate on this sentence and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you very much.